Hi guys, it's Crystal. If you're new here, I am filming from Zone 8B in the Pacific Northwest. We're starting seeds today. I'm a little bit behind, I think. It feels like I'm behind compared to everybody else that I'm seeing, and I'm just busy. I'm busy. So we're going to plant some stuff today and get them started. I have a really awesome seed starting area now. Last year was really bad. It was like some grow lights propped up with some drawers. I was just using what I had, and my new seed setup is amazing. It was good, like thrifted, and parts of it were free. So the whole entire system cost me $25, and I'm really happy with it. So I can plant so much more indoors now than I could last year, and I have so many seeds that I might actually have already outgrown this new system, so I might have to use my windowsills a bit, which the seedlings never end up as good. Anywho, so when I plant my seeds, I follow West Coast Seeds planting chart since I am on the West Coast, kind of a coastal climate. So I follow them, and I've actually gone ahead and I've laminated it. Essentially, I have put, so there's one page that's all of the vegetables and all of the flowers and herbs on the other page. And I like the flower section because it also indicates which flowers are edible. Yeah, which ones are good for containers, which ones are fragrant, and which ones are drought tolerant, and which ones are good for bringing in beneficial insects. It's early February right now while I'm filming this. It's a little late. I haven't done anything yet, so I'm basically going to look in the January and February columns and just plant everything that I have that's in one of those two columns. I need to plant onions. I need to plant marigolds, nasturtiums. Apparently, I can direct sow poppies right now. I've actually never grown poppies, but that seems kind of hard to believe. Lemon balm, rosemary, and sage. I can plant rosemary. I think that's a good idea. My sage looks okay out there. It doesn't look great, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe I'll plant some sage too. I love sage. My partner loves sage now too. And then thyme. We can plant some thyme. While we're on the subject, we could talk about seed storage. I don't have very good seed storage. I see a lot of people kind of pushing the same sort of organization, and it's the craft store photo cases that go inside one large case, and people organize them differently. Each individual case might be a type of seed, and so I've seen some people arrange them based on the date they want to plant them, so they can just be like, oh, it's this week, so I'm going to grab this case and go plant them out. And out of all of the people I've kind of watched on YouTube myself, all but one person that has used this method have basically, it has fallen into disarray by the time gardening season starts. And I am completely self-aware enough to know that I would be the same. I kind of like to, every time I go grab one pack of seeds, I end up going through all of my seeds just to jog my memory of what I have. It's like flipping through a catalog. You just want to see them all. I don't know. I get excited, so I know that I would never be so disciplined to keep putting things back into their proper subcategories and then put them away. It's not going to happen with me. So I don't like that method for myself personally, and I do like these fancy like library card holder apothecary drawers. So cool, but not in the budget. Maybe in the future, but it's not going to work for me now. So I've been kind of thinking about what can I do for my seeds. Since if you saw my seed haul, I have a lot. And in the past, I have been using something quite silly. I've actually been using a floppy disk case. So this used to hold floppy disk, so it does have like different dividers and stuff. but I've outgrown this. I've outgrown this, and also there's some packs that are just way too tall. Like you can see, this is way taller than a floppy disk, so it doesn't close properly. And then the fact that like bigger seeds like peas and like nasturtiums, the seeds will fall to the bottom, and the bottom of the seed pack is just bulky, so it's like hard to get anything in here. So I'm on the hunt for something new, and I'm interested to hear if you guys have any ideas on what I could do. Right now I'm just kind of leaning towards getting like a nice box, it can even say seeds on the front or something, that I can just kind of shove them all in. A nice way to tuck them away, but just shove them all in. And maybe just like elastic band, like seeds with like seeds. You know, all of my peas can go together, and all my radishes and carrots can go together. But other than that, I just like to go through all of my seeds all the time. So I need tips on that one. So what I wanted to do today with seed starting is something I've never done before, and I'm going to try it, and if it doesn't work, we'll go with the old method. But I saw a reel on Instagram recently. I don't know why it never dawned on me, but I've always been like, I want to do soil blocking. It's something that I would totally be into because it's low plastic. And I'm at the point where I actually need more seed trays, and I don't want to contribute to buying more plastic. And so I saw this reel, and this girl made soil blocks, but she didn't have a soil blocker. Soil blockers are expensive, and they're on my wish list, but they're not in the budget right now. So she made blocks without a soil blocker. And maybe that sounds really silly to you guys, but I never thought of it. So I wanted to give it a shot. I don't know how it's going to go, but I have an empty tray, and we can try to make the blocks, and if I find they're crumbling and not doing anything, then I have these guys ready to go on deck, and we can just use these. So in order to do that, I'm going to fill this up with soil. I have a piece of wood beside me that I can use to kind of flatten it. And then I have my putty knife. Is that what you call it? And I can just kind of cut them. I was going to use my my dough cutter, but that maybe isn't the best idea I've had. Anywho, so let's try, and then we can plant some seeds. I'll just angle you guys so you can see down. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so I have a bucket of soil over here. My trusty shovel. Okay, I found this small piece of, I think it's called fascia board or something, and we can kind of use that to push down, and then use the putty knife and cut them out. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get messy. I'm gonna break it to you, this is not some fancy home crafted potting mix, seed starting mix. That seems overwhelming to me. That might be something I get into in the future, but for now, I just grab what I can get that kind of sounds like it has the best stuff going for it. I won't share the brand that I'm using, but I will tell you what's in it, just because I don't know if this is going to be good for my seeds or not. So, okay, so it seems kind of like a mix of everything. It's got peat moss, which isn't awesome because that's not very sustainable. It has coconut coir in it. It has mycorrhizae in it. It has some fertilizer, and it had something else, lime and perlite. Okay, there we have it. I got it nice and packed. Just a note, since I've been talking about how I don't want to use plastic, and yet here I am still using a plastic tray. I know. I do think it's important in sustainability and trying to reduce your waste that you do use what you have until you cannot use it anymore. I think that's important, although people are concerned about the actual physical leaching, as am I. of the chemicals in the plastic. I'm going to keep using this. And then, if this soil blocking technique works and I like it, then, I might not even get a soil blocker. But once these trays break, this is actually a really good tray, but I have one that's completely thrashed. You can't use it. It'll just leak everywhere. Once I need to start getting more, I might opt for something different, something out of wood, something out of, I don't know. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I do recognize that I am still using plastic, just in case anyone was wondering that. Okay, let's try to make some soil blocks. I was thinking I can probably I was going to use this many if this doesn't work out, so maybe I can make like 4 by, what is that, 8? 4 by 8? Might be reasonable. Let's try it. So I can cut this in half. You know what? It's not awful. Okay, I did it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost quit. You can see some of them aren't perfect. I was getting a little bit frustrated because sometimes when I throw this down the side, it's pulling up like the edges of the soil block, which is kind of frustrating. But I gather that I might not have a good mix specifically for soil blocks. So I didn't realize that there's certain mixes for that, but that's okay. At one point I wanted to give up, and I have since decided that this is the experimental homestead, and so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna fly with it. We're gonna see how it goes, and maybe I love it, even though right now it feels like sandcastles that keep falling apart. However, oops, I did take the time to also fill these guys, so that way we can have these too. Okay, we'll start with some nasturtiums. These are from last season. I don't know much about how long their seed life is, but this is all I got, so we're going to give it a shot. Last year was my first year growing nasturtiums because I tend to be like a food-heavy grower, so I need more pollinator plants, and when I found out nasturtiums were edible, into the garden they went. I started them, according to last year's journal, I started them effectively the same time as today. Today last year. And I had the worst time with my nasturtiums. They were so stunted. Throughout the entire year, they probably never got any taller than like 3 inches, honestly. And the weird thing is, they would make seeds and they would drop them, and you get new plants that pop up, and for some reason, those ones were also stunted, even though the weather was much better. It was like warm all the time, like in June and stuff. I almost had a panic. I was looking around at my seed packs and noticed I didn't have any marigolds. Oops. I noticed I didn't have any marigolds, and then I realized that I had saved all of my seeds last year, so I actually have a ton. So I'm excited. These are have been going for years at this point, honestly. We plant 2 in each one. I love marigolds. Oh, by the way, this potting mix was not very good, actually. There's quite a few extremely large sticks in here. It was kind of ridiculous. So I have regrets, and that's why I don't tell you guys what I'm using. The day I find a good one, and you hear me recommend it, you know it's a good one. Lemon balm, rosemary, thyme, sage, or something like that. my gosh, these seeds are so little. I've never grown lemon balm before. But I have this awesome dehydrator that is literally right in front of me. And I'm excited to make some tea. Okay, so lemon balm there. And then I'll go into this mix pack that I got for Christmas. And we can plant some different herbs. Oh, wow. Nice. A whole bunch of different stuff. Okay, we want sage. We want thyme. There's lemon balm in here. What was the other one? Rosemary. I don't think this has rosemary. Okay, well, I don't have any rosemary seeds. I thought I did. Oh my gosh, they are so small. Oh, I don't even know where I put those. This is ridiculous. Okay. I put like 101 seeds in each of them. They're so small. You can't even see them. You can't. They're absolutely microscopic. Not literally. Lemon balm. Thyme. Sage is bigger. I might do just 1 or 2 of these per. Herbs are real. Oh no. I definitely lost a couple. Oh well. Sage is like a really. Herbs are really good to, gift to people who maybe are interested in getting into gardening, because I don't know, I always think that herbs are a really good place to start. So what I've decided is I'm gonna try cumin. I don't know when they're supposed to plant them. I'll give it a shot, and then I can go look it up later, and we can replant them later if they do better at a different time. It is what it is. It's the best spice ever. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good to have things living again. All I have growing right now is my microgreens, which is really awesome. I'm doing microgreens forever from this point on. That doesn't go there. Okay, 3 rows of nasturtiums, 2 rows of marigolds, lemon balm, thyme, sage, and cumin. And then I'm seeing that these are already starting to want to go back together, so I'll probably just keep this tool on deck and then keep separating them. I'm so curious to see how this turns out. Ta-da! Super exciting. Okay, now I'm gonna do a ton of onions. Calibra onion. Okay, so these first 2 rows, those 8 cells, are all Calibra onions. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna start coffee in this big one over here. This will be a nice house plant, I think. And then this one oddball here. I will do dragon fruit. These are just for fun. Oh, there's quite a few seeds in here. Okay, I'll plant a couple and then obviously we'll thin them. And then, believe it or not, that's it. So I'll have to wait some more time to plant the rest of these out. But yeah, so we planted nasturtiums, marigolds, lemon balm, sage, thyme, and cumin. We planted onions, and we planted the silly ones, coffee and dragon fruit. So that's it for today. I think we're done starting our seeds. I'm super excited for spring and the gardening season. This is my favorite thing in the world. I'm going to jot down in my journal that we planted all of these seeds today, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to make some labels. Right now it's all in my head. I know I'm going to forget, so off camera I'm going to go and add some labels, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I can't wait to plant them out. So I think what I have to do next is I need to get to pruning. I think I might be a little bit late on that too. I have some fruit trees and some vines that I need to prune a little bit. And you know what? I might actually pop outside and plant some poppies. It says that they can be direct sown down, so I'm kind of interested. I probably won't plant all of them, just in case they don't work out. But yeah, I'm excited. This guy is for bread seed specifically, so I have a spot just for them. Apparently poppies are also like a raccoon deterrent. I don't know where I read that, but I have a raccoon problem. And so I'm planting this in a spot to kind of scare them away a little bit. Anywho, thanks for watching, guys. As always, your likes, shares, and subscribes mean the world to me, so I thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.